Hello, Popcorn Recap here. And today we'll talk about the film Trainwreck. It follows the story of Amy, a woman raised with the idea that it's terrible to stick with just one man. Of course, the universe intervenes by sending a D so good that her entire world gets rocked hard. Oh yeah, the entire movie is cluttered with celebrity cameos. It seems it's another case of lacking confidence in the movie's script, that you need celebrity firepower to give it a chance of succeeding. Anyway, at least you guys will have something to look forward to when watching it. The movie begins with Amy and Kim's father telling them about his divorce from their mother. He justifies his adulterous bum by using Amy's teddy bear as an analogy. He asks them to imagine what it would be like to play with only one bear for the remainder of their lives. On top of all that, he asks them to mirror his lifestyle when they're older. Well, that's one way to raise your kids. Anyway, 23 years later, Amy has a pretty good life. She works as a writer in a popular magazine for men. Of course, she loves to party and have one-night stands because of how she got raised by her adulterous father. One morning, she wakes up in the house of Ali, her friend the previous night. For some reason, he gets bewitched by Amy's alluring personality and asks her for a second date. She gives him some brutal honesty, stating that they are not dating. Amy then quickly leaves and boards a ferry to work that day. When she arrives at her workplace, Amy meets with her friend Nikki, who is also her confidant. They talk about Amy's latest escapades before starting their workday. During their pitch meeting later with their boss Diana, Amy and her colleagues brainstorm articles they should write. It seems they cover a wide range of topics, from fondling your rocket in public to ranking the ugliest celebrity hell spawns of their time. One of them suggests covering sports articles, and Diana likes the idea. She then gives Amy the assignment, even if she's oblivious to sports. However, Diana is planning to promote Amy to executive editor and wants her to use this assignment as a stepping stone and prove her worth. As a bonus, she assigns an intern named Donald to help her out. Later, Amy and Kim decide to send their father to a nursing home because of his health complications and impending subscription to the afterlife. While packing up their dad's stuff, Amy struggles to let go of most of them after she starts reminiscing about the old days. As for her meal that night, Amy goes to bed with He Who You Can't See. Amy starts working on her sports article and visits a physiologist named Aaron. He specializes in the treatment and management of sports injuries. While Amy lies about liking sports, Aaron immediately realizes she knows nothing about it. He puts her at ease by saying he didn't take an interest in sports until he got his job. That evening, Amy goes on a movie date with Dr. Thugonomics. While she thinks it's her usual casual flings, Steven doesn't and is already committed to her. After getting into an argument and disturbing other couples in the theater, Amy goes out to get popcorn and hits a joint. Unbeknownst to her, she leaves her phone behind with Steven, and he goes through it. When she returns, he immediately confronts her for having sensitive messages and pictures from varied men. While they aren't officially dating, Steven gets offended and ends his relationship with Amy. Heartbroken, Amy seeks comfort from her sister. They go out to spend time together, and Amy immediately thinks about drowning in alcohol early in the day. Kim hesitates, so Amy mocks her by saying she's acting like a pregnant woman. Little did she know, it's true. Kim breaks the news to their father when they have lunch later. He's happy because he'll finally have a grandson by blood. It turns out he doesn't consider Alistar as one. Don't worry, kid, you're not missing out on anything. Amy continues to work on her sports article assignment. She meets up with Aaron, who is currently working. While there, Amy gives the old stress test a go, but she doesn't last long on it. Aaron then suggests they grab a bite after Amy blames the incident on skipping meals. The two get to know each other better during this time and even decide to have drinks after. Of course, things get wild after they get alcohol in their systems. Before they part ways that night, Amy suggests they go back to her place. Of course, Aaron doesn't refuse her offer. How can he? He knows he's about to get some. Sure enough, they get down and dirty with each other. At work the next day, Amy shares what happened to Nikki. She then acknowledges that she might be falling for him this time because she slept with him while sober. With impeccable timing, Aaron calls to tell Amy that the feeling is mutual and asks her out on a date. Sometime later, Amy continues to gather material for her article. She meets up with Aaron and watches him perform surgery while jamming to Uptown Girl by Westlife. If you know who they are, you're old, like me. Anyway, after the surgery and several throw-ups later, Aaron asks Amy out for dinner. Although Amy believes they should keep things professional, Aaron says they should just start dating because they like each other anyway. Before she can agree to his suggestion, they get interrupted by an emergency call about Amy's father. They rush to the nursing home and discover that Amy's father fell and sustained a wound on his forehead. While hesitant at first, Amy's father lets Aaron treat him, and they even bond over sports and Billy Joel. As a reward, Amy tells Aaron to come over later so they can have some comfort food and romance. While exercising with a priggy Captain Marvel the next day, Amy opens up about her fears. She considers him different from the other guys she's met so far. Amy even says that her feelings for him is starting to run deeper. It doesn't take long for these insecurities to manifest themselves. Later, while watching a basketball game with Aaron, Amy gets jealous of some cheerleader. She does rethink things after learning that Aaron is the one treating their injuries. As time passes, Amy and Aaron start falling for each other hard. They've reached a point where they spend more time together and even leave toothbrushes at each other's house. Not only that, Aaron even starts having lunch with Amy's father. Sadly, Amy's dad doesn't have faith in her relationship. He thinks he's just a rebound for her after getting dumped by Steven. Long story short, he's confident it won't take long for them to break up. A few days later, Amy gets a call from Kim about their father finally passing away. During the funeral, Amy gives a heartfelt speech. After the funeral, the sisters have a fallout. Amy gets hostile with Kim after seeing her relieved that they no longer need to spend money on the nursing home. She gets even more upset after Aaron confesses his love for her. Amy spends the next few days struggling to cope with her loss. She starts having sleepless nights and fails to get any work done. On top of all that, Diana cancels her sports article assignment. It's safe to say that her world is crashing down. Like her career, not that long ago. Eventually, Aaron gets invited to a luncheon where he'll be receiving a prestigious award. He decides to take Amy as his date, which I'm sure he'll regret later. In the middle of Aaron's speech, Diana calls Amy and threatens her if she hangs up. Amy gets forced to leave, and Aaron gets hurt when she sees her do that. Sure enough, Aaron confronts Amy about what happened later. She gets upset and throws a tantrum in response. Aaron gets shocked because he thinks it's a small bump on the road that they can work out. Amy then starts questioning Aaron for caring about her despite her being a train wreck. "You're not alone, girl. My boyfriend is wondering the same thing about me." Aaron gets stressed because of their crumbling relationship. He fails to have enough sleep, and his work starts getting affected. One day, Aaron arrives for a scheduled surgery disoriented, causing his patient, Studemeyer, to get scared. To save himself from a terrible fate, Studemeyer escapes the hospital, hoping to force them to cancel the surgery. When Aaron returns home later, he admits that Amy's decisions in life are starting to bother him. So, he asks for some space so he can recalibrate his life. Amy thinks it's a breakup and even reveals that her article about him got cancelled. To numb the pain of her deteriorating life, Amy goes out to party with her co-workers later that night. After getting buzzed, she gets a little too close with Donald, the intern. She later discovers that he's underage and still lives with his mother. Amy gets placed in an awkward position, causing her to panic and flee the scene. Smart move. You definitely don't want to be there when the FBI comes breaking down the doors. The next day, Diana showers Amy with praises before firing her for misconduct in the workplace. After that, her friend Nikki ended up getting the executive editor position that Amy wanted. So, as a status check, Aaron is doing well. He even manages to complete his surgery without a hitch. As for Amy, her life is falling apart and currently faces the problem of unemployment. Sometime later, while watching a movie, LeBron calls Aaron. It turns out this guy is close with the king. He calls pretending to have an injury, but it's actually an intervention. It seems he noticed that Aaron has been under the weather lately and wants to fix it. Elsewhere, Amy visits her sister and apologizes for her rude behavior after their father's funeral. They get interrupted by Alistair, who wants to flex his drawing skills. He shows off his drawing of their future house, and in it, Amy and Aaron have a room of their own. Amy starts to realize that she wants Aaron in her life. Determined to get her man back, Amy makes changes to her lifestyle. She abandons drugs and alcohol and even submits her article to Vanity Fair. It does well, and Aaron even gets pleased after seeing how colorful Amy describes his line of work. One night, during one of Stoudemire's basketball games, Amy rushes to get into the stadium. Despite all the trouble she experiences, Amy manages to make it. Once there, she asks the cheerleaders to bring Aaron into the court. When Aaron gets to the court, Amy surprises him with a special number she has prepared. God, what kind of dance is this? Almost there. I just need to hold on a little bit longer. Amy pours her soul into her mating dance, and it's super effective. The couple reunites, and the movie comes to a happy ending.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications and leave a like. It really helps the channel.